my guess is there will be records playing. It won't be Christmas music. That will be 1000%. Christmas doesn't start until after Thanksgiving. We typically don't put up our Christmas stuff until a week or two into December. And then we leave it up till around our anniversary.
Can I make a confession?
What's that?
I am always in that same boat, but there's a station in Columbia that has Christmas music playing.
You're already listening to it?
I found myself when I'm in the car, it has been on.
Let's talk about the fact that you said there's a radio station and that you're listening to the radio in your car, not streaming music.
You know, the car I drive.
That's true. There's a little cassette tape. Don't they have the things where you can put the cassette tape in and your CD player can rest on the center console?
A portable Discman. Yeah. If I hit a bump, though, it skips.
That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Whole Story Podcast. Robbie and Jonathan here. Jonathan, how we doing?
For those of you watching on YouTube, you may be wondering, Jonathan wears glasses? No, Jonathan wears contacts, but unfortunately, I'm not much of an adult, and I threw away my last pair of contacts last night. So, yeah, that's been my morning start.
Well, in the theme of Thanksgiving, which this is the Thanksgiving episode, you are thankful that your doctor had a sample pair that you could pick up and get real quick.
Yeah. Adulting is hard, folks. Adulting is hard.
It is. Yeah, we were talking this morning, texting back and forth about auto mechanics and contacts now and just everything else. But let's stop talking about that and talk about what we are thankful for as it relates to best ball and golf and all that fun stuff. Let's begin, man. First off, I did look it up because last year, if you remember, I asked you a question. What would you give up Thanksgiving with the family for a round at Augusta National?
Yes,
and you said
100%.
yes.
Yeah, very quickly.
Quick answer. So we posted that as a reel, and I just want to give you some stats because that thing, I got people texting me all over the place like, hey, man, this thing's blowing up. That reel has on Instagram 2.33 million views. That's crazy. And it has been watched. I mean, it's like a 6-second clip. It has been watched. You take 6 seconds by the number of views, a total of 121 days, 10 hours, 42 minutes, and 56 seconds.
That's way too much time. That's insane.
But the comments we got on that thing were like, oh, yeah, duh, of course. I would never skip Thanksgiving with my family. Like, people are mostly in favor with, yes, I would absolutely do that, to there were a few that said, no, you don't ever do that.
I like my family.
I love my family.
Honestly cannot think of a bad Thanksgiving. I mean, legitimately, my entire life, I don't think I've remember a Thanksgiving day where you're like, like the dread of going home and visiting family. Keisha came and met my family for Thanksgiving after we've been dating for 3 weeks, just because we weren't doing anything else and we liked to hang out. Didn't think it was like this big deal. Never in my life have I dreaded Thanksgiving. And it's hard to say because like grandparents and parents have died, excluding the fact that it would be nice to spend another Thanksgiving with my parents and grandparents that aren't alive. But I'll be honest. I think my mom passed away a couple years ago. My mom.
If your dad is still listening, though, hello, he's still alive.
No. If my mom was alive right now, like came back and she was only going to be there for Thanksgiving, she might actually be like, no, you should go play the Masters. Like, honest to goodness, she'd be like, no, I get it.
Yeah.
That could be a bit of a stretch, but still.
Well,
like,
that was
close.
Unexpected, I guess, a little viral reel that we had there. We won't ask that question again. I don't think we'll ask that question again. But yeah. It was kind of fun from last year's recap. And this episode is really just all about you and I giving thanks. Like, we talk about it all the time, how blessed we are to be able to get to do this and talk about golf and have some adventures and meet incredible people. And so we want to be thankful and share that in this one little episode. So while you're carving up your turkey, I hope you enjoy this. But let's start with our friends at Summit Golf Brands. A little over a year ago, we interviewed Dan Drellinger because we saw, man, that guy is the director of players and partnerships and brands and stuff like that for Summit Golf Brands. He has a really cool job. He can talk with professional golfers and others in the golf space. Had a great interview, and it turned into a friendship, a partnership, and we get to be ambassadors for Summit Golf Brands. So we get to wear stuff like Be Dratty and Zero Restriction and some fairway and green stuff. They're all really, really good things. So we are so thankful for Dan, for Billy Dratty, for Jack Lessing, like all the team at Summit. Yeah, and it's been a good year.
Yeah, you don't think about it until you start wearing something with that type of quality of how much it really, like, you can go to the golf course and just be comfortable knowing you're going to be comfortable no matter what the weather situation. We played earlier this week. I threw on my zero restriction hoodie. You had on your everyday vest. No, you had on the zero restriction vest, I think, that day. But like, just the idea that like you really can look good, feel good, and throughout the day be just comfortable. I mean, we're just hanging out at the house, and I've got probably the most comfortable t-shirt I've ever put on in my life from B. Dratty. I love this thing.
Yeah. Well, you meant playing in all conditions, and you haven't noticed it, but I am actually wearing the full rain gear.
And it's not raining at your house.
It is not raining, but I have not had a chance. We got this stuff, the zero restriction rain gear. It is incredible. If there were a leak to spring in my house, or I could dump some water on myself right now, I would be completely dry. We got this stuff, and we were going to go to Scotland. We did go to Scotland, and we had perfect weather. And so we never had to wear our zero restriction rain gear. And so I thought, why not wear it while recording a podcast today?
I've worn it quite a few times. So it was raining a couple weeks before we went to Scotland, and I looked at Keisha and I said, we should go play golf because I've got this. And so my wife is amazing. So she grabbed an umbrella and walked 9 holes with me. Well, I'm just like giddy as a little girl, like so excited that I get to wear this rain gear. And then I coach football. For those of you who keep track of this, I coach football. And so the number of times this summer in the evening where I threw on my zero restriction jacket because we've got 3 hours of football and it's raining and it doesn't matter. And I'm dry.
Yeah.
Dry and happy as a clam.
They make great stuff. So excited to be working with those guys. I mean, we got to go down to the Shindig back in February, which was a lot of fun, and looking forward to what might be coming in 2026.
Yep.
Can be a good year.
Another friend of the show, obviously Western Birch. We talk about it all the time. Literally, I think they like borrow the elves from the North Pole in order to draw the little logos and sayings and phrases inside the cup of the golf tee. They're nearly indestructible. It's just astounding. Yeah, if you're on YouTube, you're checking it out right now. Great color schemes. The nice part is that it's a fully customized tee. So you can pick colors, you can pick the logos that you want to put in there. We always joke around like how many holes we can play with a single tee. I can play more holes with a tee than the ball that I started the game with, for sure. Like I lose a ball long before I snap a tee. And then my favorite part is actually, because of par threes and me hitting an iron all the time, is to just keep the little broken off tee and use that for the rest of the round too. I mean, there's a number of rounds where I literally start with a tee and at the end I'm still using it. It just happens to be broken by hole number 16. Still a business model I don't understand, how you can make really, really, really good golf tees that don't break and yet you still sort of want people to buy more. Go check those guys out. Again, they're spread all over the CSRA. We left a few internationally, and maybe some folks have seen that.
Yeah, we've been trying to scatter them as far and wide as we possibly can. We did start this year our course correction series where we're trying to get better. Some days are better than others. Recently has not been so great, but definitely not because of the friends that have been supporting us in this mission. But we interviewed at first Michael Hutchison Hutch with Arcos Golf and started working with those guys. So Arcos, I'm very thankful for them. We've got the sensors on our clubs. I've been tracking our data all year. We had on one of the course corrections, we had Hutch join us and help break down what all that stuff means. So thankful for him. Thankful for Sierra, who's over their marketing stuff. Just for everybody there at Arcos, it's been a lot of fun. Reached out to Dr. Sasha McKenzie, and we've been doing the stack system. I did it more than Jonathan, but I think now that your garage is built out and you've got a little more time, I am about ready to jump into another session of that. But I've done the wedge practice and need to get on the putting green and do that. So it's been fun working with those guys. And then I started working out with Dr. JP Guidry of Guidry Golf and Sport. So it's giving me a workout plan, helping me try to hit the ball farther and be able to do this thing a longer. So been lifting weights for the last, 4 months or so. It's been a lot of fun.
I would also like to point out that we both of us, and I still have a bone to pick with you about this, but both of us had lessons for the very first time this year. If you're local to the Augusta area, Jay Knotts over at Wedges and Woods actually taught me what a golf swing's supposed to look like, feel like, and even in the middle of a round, be able to fix some things. So I would highly recommend, if you haven't watched that episode, go back whenever I had my epiphany of what a golf lesson can do for you. And then, much to my chagrin, Robbie had his first golf lesson, even though I always thought he just had earlier this year, and I feel like he's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, no, I went and saw Pat Milkovich over at Old Barnwell. I got to meet him just for the times that we've been down at Old Barnwell, and reached out because I knew another friend was getting lessons, and I said, "Hey, Pat, would you give me a couple pointers?" So I've had 2 lessons with him. Need to go back for some more, but that just goes to the mission of Old Barnwell and what he's doing, helping even non-members like myself. But yeah, course corrections has been a lot of fun.
2 lessons, and you're already a scratch golfer, right?
No,
Oh.
I pass scratch probably on hole 14 or 15. I would imagine. Yeah. So no, it's been good. A special shout out to the folks at Painter, Mike Forsey.
Yeah.
After we recorded our interview, he got with their marketing folks. They're not an official sponsor or partner with us. We'd love to have them join the Best Ball family in some capacity, but they were kind enough to send us a pair of golf shoes and a pair of their trainers. So if you've seen any of the photos or videos of us playing recently, the golf shoes are ridiculous. Like, I love them.
They're the grippiest things I've ever seen. And I just actually went out playing with another buddy of mine, shout out to Sherv, and he showed up in the exact same shoes before I'd even told him that we'd got him or anything else. And we just spent like 5 minutes geeking out about how like you feel like you're totally grounded. And he has a lot of golf shoes. And whenever I say a lot of golf shoes, like he probably has 10 to 12 pair. And now he does not wear any other pair of golf shoes to go play golf.
That's a good pitch for him right there.
They just become his casual shoes now. So,
Yeah.
just incredible generosity. Nice of them to do that. And then maybe we'll both, you've been working out in the trainers. I'll maybe start working out in the trainers.
Yeah. When you show up to the gym with neon yellow shoes on, like, people think you know what you're doing.
Right.
And so that can at least fool some of the people some of the time, right? And yeah, then they see me actually lifting weights and they're like, ooh, beginner. Gotcha.
Light day.
A light day. Just really for the flexibility.
Right.
So-
I want to get too bulky.
And too bulky. Yeah. So those are just some of the people that we've been able to partner and meet with, and it happened really organically, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's come from interviews, it's come from just meeting nice people, people that see and believe in what we were doing here at Best Ball with the podcast. You know, we've got a number of different podcasts, and kind of want to be a part of that. And so we're always looking. So maybe next year we'll be thinking a few more. We'll see. That'd be a lot of fun. Let's talk before we jump into our actual podcast itself. Best Ball as a whole, one. I was saving this for the end, but Jonathan, thank you for everything with Best Ball. This wouldn't be possible without your friendship and your help, and so I am very thankful for you.
Well, let's thank you, because if you're listening to this right now, you wouldn't be listening to it unless Robbie had done the work behind the scenes to actually produce it, edit it, and make sure it gets published the right way. So no, it's a true partnership in that. Like we talked about it from the very beginning. We are best friends that like to hang out at least once a week. And as long as we're still having fun, you're still going to get to listen to us, unless you don't. And even if we're having fun, maybe it'll just be the two of us listening to our own podcast.
Yeah. Well, you say best of friends, and I was thinking about this the other day. Like, I think we're at like the brother level.
Right.
Like, I have 2 brother-in-laws, and I know you got one as well. But like, I really do feel like we're brothers in Christ, and
That's right.
so we long friends, and I enjoy every time we get to hang out. And like you said, as long as we're having fun, and I don't see us not having fun doing this. The things we've been able to do have been incredible. So thank you. But through Best Ball, and like you said, I have, yes, taught and learned and not perfected, but always working on how to make the podcast better, how to make them sound better, how to make us look better. But we've been able to take that and open up the doors for some others to have podcasts, right? Like, we did the Caddy Tales for a while. Mark's taking a break. I'm not sure what his plans are, but I mean, we had a number of episodes for the Caddy Tales podcast, but we've got a few more that have launched. Our good friend Josh Decker, who we met through the podcast.
I mean, Off the Deck with Josh Decker, The perfect name, first of all. And honestly, if you're looking for one of the perfect guys to go play golf with, he's it. He is good at golf. He's kind. He's generous. He is there for the hang, no matter where that course is. Actually, I think he just had an episode that's either being released or was just released. I can't remember one, but he literally talked about that. He's like, "Oh, he's on Southern State of Golf, wasn't he?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one came out today.
That's right. So on Southern, I didn't listen to it yet, but I saw some of the preview stuff, and so like he literally talking about, uh, like it doesn't matter if it's a local muni, if it's the worst course in the world, if you're out there with the right people, that's what golf is about, and he lives that in the sense of I can't imagine not feeling included if you ever get a chance to just randomly be paired up with him. And he's genuine about it. It's not something that he's trying to put on or anything. And so, couldn't be happier to see not only have him a part of the best ball family, from the professional side, but also get to know him personally, and then to see the success that he's already having in that realm. If you haven't listened to that show yet, shoot, stop this one, go listen to his because it's incredible.
Yeah, and I mean, he came out of the gate swinging. I mean, he had lab golf. He's had Jared Diadanda, I think is how you pronounce it, a guy from like Formula One Drift or something. I mean, he's had some incredible guests so far. Bill Bender, so Bender Stash Whiskey. Like,
Yeah,
Josh is a person that can meet and become good friends with somebody really fast.
yep,
And so he does that. And there's so many people that he's got lined up that'll be coming on the show. So, yes, highly recommend it. And you just mentioned that they did a kind of a collab with
that's right.
Southern State of Golf, right? So he was on my buddy John Combs. I've known John for a number of years now. He came to me mid-year and said, "Hey, I've been thinking about doing this." And I was like, "Oh, let's do it. Like, we'll help you out and make it happen." And so Southern State of Golf, kind of playing off of the Darius Southern State of Mind song, but Southern State of Golf, where he talks all things golf in the South. He's getting out playing more. He said, I took about a 20-year gap between when I've been playing, and now he's back all into it. So he's gone and played a number of different places. He's interviewed some great guests. I've jumped on with him a couple times, which I've probably brought the ratings down, but John is doing an excellent job and highly recommend that as well. So Jonathan, you mentioned earlier that a great name in Off the Deck,
Oh my
but maybe
gosh.
one of our favorite podcast names.
Right, absolutely.
That's good. Pick it up.
Man, actually, and I was looking through our guest list just before we got on for the year, sort of reminiscing, and we're going to get to the guest thing, but never in my life would I have thought that we'd have so many authors and people who, like historians, who just write about the game of golf. And so to have someone offer that perspective, and I think that's probably one of my favorite things about this podcast concept of what we're doing, and then also what we're putting together on the best ball side, is that there are so many different ways you can approach the game of golf. I mean, I would say like me and John are we don't know much about golf guys, but we just enjoy it. We like people, he took 20 years off, I took 10 years off, that sort of thing. Then you've got folks like Decker and you guys are like golf fiends, like everything about golf all the time, always. And then you've got a man who literally wrote the book about golf. And so like, to find those different avenues and perspectives and to all appreciate the game just from different angles, I think speaks to what a Saturday afternoon looks like on a golf course. If you went cart by cart and listened to the stories of the individuals that are out there on a Saturday morning at 9 o'clock, you'd find the exact same makeup. Right? The guy that's just going after it, the guy that maybe just picked up his first book and learned about golf and thought I ought to give this a try. And then just guys just trying to get back into it and have fun. The most clever naming of a podcast I've ever heard, which of course it would come from a writer. So just
Yeah.
incredible.
What a play on reading good books, but
Yeah.
also golf.
Yeah. Just so
Yeah.
great.
Yep. Well, that's what we got currently.
Yep.
We've got a few more coming. I know for one, we'll kind of tease it out, but we did a podcast. I did one with Seth McWhorter for a little bit called Pictures on the Scorecard, right? Another play on there's no pictures on the scorecard. Going to be revamping that, working on that. So launching early next year, Pictures on the Scorecard will be back. They'll be very short form clips or podcast probably 5 to 10 minutes about golf course logos. We talk
Yeah.
about them all the time. So let's actually look at those pictures on the scorecard and dig into them a little more. So get ready for that next year. And then I know we've got at least one more that'll be starting here first of the year. We won't give any more details on that one yet, but
I,
it's gonna be a fun one.
I don't even know if I know about that one.
Ooh,
We have to talk about it off here.
top
You've
secret here.
probably told me. I just already
I
forgot.
probably have. I probably have. Yeah. So, Jonathan, you mentioned the guest, right?
Oh,
We've had some incredible guests this year. You were going back and looking through the list. Give me some highlights of that for you.
again, I think it's the diversity. So we've had founders of golf courses, a Broom's Edge, right? People who literally stuck their necks out and decided to build something that no one else. Whenever you build a golf course, you don't really know if someone wants it, right? Like you're taking a risk that people are going to show up. We had architects who are the brains behind building out those courses. We've had a couple of those. We've had the people on the other end who've been super successful, like Dream Golf, where basically like they can build whatever they want and people are going to show up and they keep meeting and beating expectations. And then the number of artists, and whenever I say artists, I think about like we've had artists who literally draw on paper, no, not chalkboard golf,
Charcoal golf?
charcoal golf, which I haven't, man, I need to put that up there. We've got some artwork to hang that I haven't done in my garage yet. But then also artists like 2 or 3 guys in the last month or so that do putters, both with wood and with metal. And like that's an art form in terms of just building and creating. And so it's the diversity for me. It's the fact that, whenever you think about a golf podcast, if you haven't listened to our shows, and maybe this is like you just sort of picked it up or found this, and you're like, who just wants to talk about what the PGA is doing? That's not what we do. We're not giving you tips on golf, I promise you, other than it's okay if you're just as bad as we are, or you're probably better than us. It's literally just finding people who have passions that happen to intersect with the game of golf. And so, you think about it, it's astounding. We're recording this on Friday before Thanksgiving. So we're like 43 weeks into the year, something like that. Maybe
47.
47. We've had 47 people who've been willing to take time out of their day and sit down with us to
This
talk
year.
this year to talk about. And so I think it goes back to this too. We've said this over and over and over again. I don't think we've interviewed someone that we wouldn't want to play golf with. And that just speaks to golf as people, the folks that we get an opportunity to chat with and to encourage them, hopefully, in what they're doing and to share their story it's still baffling sometimes.
Yeah, but you mentioned that I actually did the count yesterday just to see where we were. This Thanksgiving episode is our 142nd episode.
142. So we're going to be, when's our 150th? Is that January?
January 22nd.
That'd be amazing. While we're
Yeah.
at the PGA show.
While we're at the PGA show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, it's, I think you described it best, right? The variety of people that we've had that have come on, and it's not 142 people. We've had a few that we've done just us, but it's been a lot of people that have said, yeah, we want to talk about golf. And the stories are endless. There are so many people out there that are doing great things in the game. I keep saying we tell golf stories about the people, courses, businesses, and brands that are doing really great things in the game of golf. There's a lot of people out there, and we love talking to them, and we love showing off what they do, right? Nobody's here to listen to me and Jonathan. Maybe this episode you might be, but our goal is that you might find somebody new, find that artist, find that photographer, find that course designer, find that new course or a brand of clothes or whatever to wear, shoes, or go buy some Avoda golf clubs or whatever you're going to do. Like whatever all that is, that's what we're trying to do. I think we try to encourage and build up others and put them out there, and we get to be along for the ride and meet incredible people. And like Jonathan, you just said, we might get to play golf with them. Like we're going to go play on our way down to the PGA show with a buddy who's been listening for a while, Dave Warner. Hey, Dave, I hope you're doing well. And another friend, I think Alex, who we interviewed previously on the podcast. Like we're just going to bring all the worlds together and play some golf. So,
yeah. And I think back to, so we did a couple good company trips this year. I got to hang out with some people, and you think about like meeting folks. Joe, the golf traveler, you've been able to play golf with him a couple times, but just like nice enough to have those relationships of, hey, we were all having lunch at number 8 and he just showed up and he was like, I'd love to hang out with you guys and talk about golf, talk about life, meet new people. So yeah, it is endless. Every once in a while, I think when we first got started, we had some moments where we were panicked about who we're going to get for the next week. And now I feel like, not that I mean, we're recorded a little bit in advance, but whenever we think about next year at 52 episodes, there's not a part of me that goes, of course we're going to find 52 people to talk to. Like like you said, there's endless amounts of people who love this game, who are doing amazing things with it, and through it. And so, yeah, opportunities are out there. You just got to ask.
Speaking of good company trips, we got to do a couple of those, and they were pretty awesome.
They were great.
Yeah. We
Good
took one
company.
group and went to Pawleys Island, and
Yep.
we had some guys from the Twilight Golf Club join us, Stephen Edwards, and a group of those folks, and some friends from here that we knew. And we went there, had a great couple days. It was cold, but we had a good time.
Yeah, wish I had. So I've got this thing I'm putting together. I wish I had it up already. A shout out to Joel at Atomic Golf, where he made ball markers in the shape of the states that we were playing golf in. So we've got a North Carolina and South Carolina. Maybe we'll figure out a Georgia or Birmingham or Alabama good company golf trip that
There
we
we go.
can coordinate and get a different state. My goal is, and I don't know if yours is too, I'm assuming it is. I don't know if we're going to be around for another 50 years, but how cool would it be if we
All
had an
50 states.
entire map of all the states and there'd been a good company trip in every one of them?
Thought about it.
Yeah,
Thought about it.
that'd
Yeah,
be
so
fun.
we're working on plans for next year. Hopefully we can get another maybe 2 or 3.
That's
But
right.
we did get to go to Pinehurst. That was the second good company trip. So speaking of cold, we went to the extreme and went really hot in June to
It was
Pinehurst,
warm
North
for
Carolina,
sure.
and it was toasty. I was talking with somebody yesterday, Blake, who had just met, and when he played Pinehurst number 10, he said he almost passed out because he was so hot on like number 13. I'm like, I remember a very similar feeling. Had to go double zero restriction rain gloves to hold onto my clubs. Man, we had such a good group there. I spent a few days in Pinehurst, a lot of good fun, food and fun, and played some golf, and just man, what a time.
You want to talk about how hot it was? So we played number 10. I wore long sleeves. Zero restriction has a really nice, like, thin UVF, UFP, UP,
I don't
whatever
know.
it is that helps you not get sunburned. And so I had that on, and it took to like hole number 7 for me to realize that if I wet the hood and then put it on my head, it helped out. And I was this close. Is it hole number 11? Where you do the loop right after the
Yeah,
shack? I was about this close to sitting at the shack and letting everyone else go around and just eat snacks and drink some stuff because it was that hot. It was that
yeah.
hot. And of course we were walking, so it was quite the trudge. But again,
Trudge,
that's a word?
trudge.
Yeah, trudge, trudge. We can Google it.
Might have to research that later.
Yeah, it's a trudge. So I'll tell you, it was but in the middle of that, you realize that you're out there with just some amazing folks and friends that uh, stories of shots and different places to go. Jonathan Dickinson always wanting to use his driver. Um, was it me and Jonathan that showed up late to dinner and everyone's got the pub shirt on because you guys had bought everyone pub shirts?
Because y'all were dying to go get wings
We were
from
we talked
Dugan's Pub.
we talked a lot about food and wings, and then we got to hang out with Matt.
Yeah.
We
Matt
played,
Gibson.
you talk about bucket list courses. We played number 2 and had an incredible time doing that. I was fortunate enough to play with real golfers, these 2 junior golfers that were +5 and +2. And but again, like
It was a great trip.
a great trip with the folks that we were with, people that we got paired up with, the whole deal, just incredible and an
Well,
incredible experience, right?
like the name says, though, it's all about the good company.
It
That's what
is
we're trying to
100%.
do.
Yep.
And we've had some experiences where we've had good company, even that wasn't a good company trip. I mean, you talk about people that you like to play golf with. Brandon Smith obviously is one of the
That's right.
all-time favorites. I love getting to play and hang out with Brandon. Done a few different things with him this year. Took him to Landman in your place, which he absolutely loved. And so yeah, I absolutely love playing with him. But the experience of going with you to Scotland and hanging out with Andrew Voss and Adam Van Zee, guys that we kind of knew we were going to be paired with, didn't know them,
Right.
but then now we're great friends and we all, swapping texts all the time and
Yeah.
cheering each other on. And it's been a lot of fun getting to know those guys, but a lot of fun playing at the old course with him.
Yeah, I mean, incredible experience. Adam has already listed his next trip that he somehow negotiated with his wife to go on. And if you want to live vicariously through somebody when it comes to going to golf courses, Saucy Vossy on Instagram, and you will never be disappointed with the places that that guy gets to play golf. And he's good too. But he's the kind of guy, I feel remiss. I couldn't say that. I'm not, I'd have to say I'm thankful that I broke 90 for the very first time at the old course. Incredible experience. But when you talk about the people that you got to play with, the fact that you were there and then Adam and Voss made it that much better. Like, they were cheering me on. They talk about how they were almost more invested in my round of golf than their own. And again, just speaks volumes about who they are as men and the character that they have. But then also the fact that 99% of the time, that's what it looks like whenever you get paired up with random people.
Yeah.
Within 2 or 3 holes, you're like, hey, we're going to hang out for the day. I always think about, what was it, Fight Club, a single serving friend. Sometimes you get
Yeah.
single serving friends, right? Like, you play golf with them for the afternoon and you have a really good time. And then it's like they just, that experience just sort of floats into the air. These guys stick though. You've already had took the opportunity to go up and play golf with them again. I can't wait to play golf with them again. Hopefully I'm a little bit better than what I was then. So yeah, just incredible experiences that I can't imagine. If you talk about whenever we started this podcast a couple years ago, I don't know if the old course reverse would have even been on our radar of something that we would be doing. And yet we did. There it was.
There it was. There it was. Yeah. Um, so many great memories and thoughts about playing golf. And we'll talk about this later. We're going to do a round table, and we hadn't even talked about how much fun we have doing those, but we'll have a round table where we talk about places we've gotten to play and everything. And it's been quite a year of the golf experiences that we've had. But again, I think, like so many people have said, it's really not about the place, but it's about the people. Yeah, it's been a lot. I mean, you and I and Andrew, one of our other best friends, like, we played the local public course here in Columbia this past week, and it's not on the top 100 courses in the world, that's for sure, or South Carolina.
No,
but it was a lot of fun being out there together. So yeah, looking forward to the next round that we get to experience with people. So yeah, what else, Jonathan? What else you gotta be thankful for?
man, I think we do have to absolutely thank our families who allow us to do this, who give us the time and the space to hang out through the podcast, sometimes multiple hours per week when it comes to us recording. And then also they put up with the fact that we go play golf on a very regular basis. And I don't know if your wife's like my wife, but she tries to act like she's fully engaged. And when I'm talking about the new golf thing or whatever it is, but I also know she's just super kind and nice and loves me. So she's interested in what I'm interested in, but not to the level that I might be geeking out when it comes to, hey, you can't believe who we got on the podcast, or you can't believe that this person. And then even again, I think my wife, the hospitality, Dan Drollinger and his wife came, and she's, they stayed at my place for the Masters, and even that side of it, like just making sure, like, what coffee do you want available, and how can we prep the area that you're going to hang out? And so it's just, we can't thank our families enough, our wives, to let us do this adventure and put up with where it's going.
Yeah. Well, that is the understatement thanks of the year for sure. Our wives are all stars, and they really deserve a lot of the thanks. I mean, we started the best ball journey, and podcasting was on the radar, and it was finally Emily, my wife, that said, "You just need to start it." And she might regret that now, 142 episodes in.
Maybe we should have them on the show and ask them questions about our golf.
That would be a lot of fun.
That would be fun. We could do that.
Yeah, we'll do a round table. That'd be a good time. Well, yeah, a lot to be thankful for, and we could go on and on and on. It is not past us that it is because of so many kind people in the golf space that have welcomed us in and allowed us to get to know them and be a part of different things. And so we hope to always be thankful and not be anything besides that, because we know that Yeah, it's only through the kindness of others that we get to do this, and the kindness of people like you guys, whoever's listening to this right
That's
now,
right.
the kindness of y'all to actually listen to this. I thought about pulling up and looking at some of the random places where people are from. Like we've got people all over the world, Jonathan, that listen to this thing, which is a lot of fun. Actually, I got it right here. Only 84% of the people, let's see, hold on, let me redo that. 82% of all our episodes have been listened to by people in the United States. So just take that and think about that.
I can't, I find it hard to believe that anyone wants to listen to us to begin with, which is always, again, super thankful that people will just like turn this thing on and pay attention. The fact that we're international is just astounding.
Yeah. Yeah. We've got a number of small countries, or not small countries, but countries that have given one listen. Um, yeah. Even the one person in Angola that has listened to us.
How about
Angola.
that?
Togo, we had one there. Luxembourg. Yeah. It's quite astounding to think somebody has somehow accidentally stumbled across. 152 people in Hong Kong have listened to our podcast.
That's not real. That can't be real.
Or downloads. That could be more people. These are just downloads. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Who goes to Hong Kong and decides to listen to our podcast?
Somebody's already there.
That's amazing.
Sounds like we need a trip to
I
Hong
was
Kong
about
to
to
go play
say, we
golf.
could be internationally known. We just don't know that yet.
That is true.
We get recognized
We're
at the air.
really big and
We're huge in
if
Hong
we got
Kong.
off a plane and they're like, look,
God.
best ball.
If we somehow someone's like, hey, we love you guys and we want you to come over to Hong Kong to be a part, and yeah, that would be amazing.
It's probably like one of those TV shows or movies where you actually get there and you realize they're using your image for some random advertising of something else.
Idiocracy or something like that.
Yeah, you're bad golfers.
There's a professor there who has a class on podcasts, and he's like, here's a podcast, how not to do podcasting. Listen to these guys. So his entire class group, we're on some sort of professor's list.
Yeah. Well, Jonathan, let's jump into a quick 9. Or
Right.
I guess we don't want to do, because we always ask our guest most memorable golf shot. We'll save that for the roundtable at the end of the year.
Yeah.
You got yours, okay?
Yeah.
Well, let's save that. But let's jump into a quick 9. And I'm looking back, and it's our same questions from last year. Do we want to do the Thanksgiving questions, or do we want to ask what we keep asking our guests?
No, let's do the Thanksgiving ones. We can do we'll do the roundtable ones with the regular ones.
All right. You want to start?
All right. What is your favorite Thanksgiving food?
All of it. I don't remember what I said last year, but my mom had made something years and years back, passed away a while back now, but something that she made that Emily, my wife, has been making that we make all the time, is a corn casserole.
Mhm.
And it's awesome. It's
Yeah.
a great compliment. It's one that we make. Our kids love it. And the rest of the family does as well. So
Yeah.
a corn casserole. Shout out to my mom.
I do not have this on a regular basis because it's an incredible amount of work, but I'll come to your house whenever just let me know if you want to. I'll drive over. Fried turkey. If someone fries a turkey, that's where I want to spend Thanksgiving, but it's an incredible amount of work. It's messy. And if you don't do it right, there's a chance it explodes and
You burn your house down.
You burn your house down. So I haven't done it.
We smoke a turkey.
Yeah, we smoke one. We went to a family once. They smoked one, they put one in the oven, and they fried one. And that might have been one of my favorite turkey holidays.
We smoke one and we put one in the oven so that they can do the stuffing and everything inside. Yeah. But like last year we did that, and the smoked one, which I do, is the one that got eaten the most. It was awesome.
It's not a competition, but you did win.
But I crushed it. Yeah. Yes. Also, shout out. All right, random. So, do you do cranberry sauce? No.
I like cranberry juice.
Okay.
But I don't like cranberry
But if you do cranberry sauce, you got to get it in the can. That way it has like
it's
the
in
ridges.
ridges in one piece. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's the way to do it. If you had to take a Thanksgiving food, a snack out on the course, what would it be?
It would be a baggie full of fried turkey. And I don't care if it's greasy or not. Like, I would just like give me a 1 gallon, and by like hole 13, I'm falling asleep. Right? Because it's got the
tryptophan.
Yeah, tryptophan. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, you know tryptophan, but you don't know trudge. It's okay.
Yeah. Trudge. I don't know if that's how you actually said it, though. No,
I did. I said trudge.
Trudge. We're going to look that up. All right. So my smack on the course. Yeah, turkey. Let's go some turkey. Maybe some turkey on a sandwich or something. No.
All right. I mean, here we go. I'll tell you what, we're gonna switch this up a little bit.
All right, you
Um,
you take it and switch it however you want.
this I'm gonna ask this question. This is the national question. We're gonna ask it differently. All right. Who would you skip Thanksgiving for to go play a round of golf with?
Who would you skip Thanksgiving for?
Yeah, to go play a round of golf. So last year we asked if you would skip Thanksgiving to go play the national. But if you
Right.
got a phone call from someone and they said, "Hey, I can do a round of golf, but I can only do it on Thanksgiving," who would that person be? And I don't have my answer yet. I got to come up with one.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think there would be a lot of people, actually.
It's like 15 people and then family.
What was that?
I said 15 people and then family.
But I mean, if it was like the one, let's say it was Tiger, right? Let's say if Tiger said, I can only play today,
That's what I'm saying.
but Robbie, I want to play golf with you. I can only play today. I'd be like, guys, I'm going to play with Tiger.
Right.
Save me some of that canned cranberry stuff and the smoked turkey that I crushed.
Okay,
Go ahead.
let's twist it then. If you could pick one person that would be your person to skip, who would that be? Would it be Tiger? I now have my answer.
Well, what's your answer?
Bubba Watson.
Really?
Yes, I think he'd be a lot of fun to go play golf with. And if Bubba
Okay.
called and said, I mean, there are lots of others, right? Like there's a list of people, most left-handed. My spirit animal, 100%.
Yeah, I was about to say if Tommy called over Bubba, like if you had two phone calls that came back to back, like, hold
Oh,
on, I got another call. This one's from England. Sorry, Bubba. You know, can
Tommy,
you
I
pick
would
up?
probably miss everything in my life. If Tommy Fleetwood called and said, would you come play golf? Like I'm thinking of
I can't
important.
wait to the day where we get to play golf with Tommy
Oh
Fleetwood.
my, you have no idea how great that will be.
Oh man, I'm trying to copy like his like short and abbreviated finish. I mean, he's got such good
Um,
ball striking abilities. Like,
Just going with the hair. That's the only thing that can
no,
come close
I
for
can't do
me.
that part.
Yeah, you should do it.
No,
All right,
gross.
that's fine.
I can't do that. I can't handle like the piece of hair touching like my forehead. So anyway, good question. I don't know. I mean, we'll go with Scotty Scheffler. Like I would love
Right.
to play with Scotty Scheffler.
Yep.
Yep. All right. Good question. Golf on Thanksgiving, pro or con? You like it?
I think, yes, for a couple different reasons. One, we are fortunate enough that we have family, right? People that we
do.
love, that we want to be around, and that we'd love to, that we enjoyed Thanksgiving. Like we said, it's not a bad experience. We're not dreading it or anything like that. There are lots of people who don't. And so like if somehow we had our par 3 golf course, right? I would 100% make sure it was open on Thanksgiving. And I might even like just do like, hey, we're going to do a potluck and the kids' place will be open. All the fire pits will open. People can come play golf and we're literally going to have a community potluck. And then the day after, I would have a leftover day as well, where everybody could just bring leftover food. And hopefully, no one's like poisoning people. Like, I think, I think it's a thing, right? Like, it's community, which is what Thanksgiving is supposed to be about. And there are lots of people who do not have a community to be a part of. So golf is their community in a very real way. And so, if there was a way to do that, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I think my answer would be if my kids said, hey,
Right.
you want to go play golf?
Yeah.
And like we were done with the extended family piece and like there was nothing going on. It's like either
Right.
nap or watch football. Then I would definitely be like, yeah, let's go play some golf. So,
Yep.
yeah. What course? So we talked about Augusta. If you could host your Thanksgiving party where you can invite people, let's say you could rent out a course for a day.
Okay.
What course would you want to do it at?
Tough one. So I do like food. So I am going.
And consider climate, right? It's on Thanksgiving.
It is.
You got to consider climate. So a lot of these northern courses might be out of the question.
So one of my things that's probably on my bucket list of things to do is eat at this barbecue place called Third Wave Barbecue in Melbourne, Australia. So if I were going to pick golf course, whatever golf course in Melbourne, Australia that will let Third Wave Barbecue host and cater.
I'm sure Royal Melbourne would let you do that.
If they would, that would be fantastic. So
let's go.
Third Wave Barbecue. I would have them cater my Thanksgiving dinner, even though they don't celebrate Thanksgiving in Australia. And it would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. Now you're hungry. Yeah, I'll go with you. Like we'll do a dual family thing. We'll go down to Australia.
Oh, gosh,
That'd be a lot
so
of fun.
amazing.
We've had this ham or turkey question before. You already mentioned your love of fried turkey.
Yeah.
So let's not ask that. Let's do the music question.
Okay.
What's your walk up? What music are you playing when you sit down with the family for Thanksgiving? Like, what would be your walk to the table song?
I walk up to the table. So I probably wouldn't be the person to pick this, but I am guessing that this year at Thanksgiving, Keisha has a record player in the library, and my guess is there will be records playing. It won't be Christmas music. That will be 1000%. Christmas doesn't start until after Thanksgiving. We typically don't put up our Christmas stuff until a week or two into December. And then we leave it up till around our
Can I make a
anniversary.
confession?
What's that?
I am always in that same boat, but there's a station in Columbia that has Christmas music playing.
You're
And
already
I
listening
have
to it?
found myself when I'm in the car, it has been on.
Let's talk about the fact that you said there's a radio station and that you're listening to the radio in your car, not streaming music.
The car I drive.
That's
so
true. There's a little cassette tape. Don't they have the things where you can
It
put the
does have a
cassette
cassette
tape
tape.
in and your your CD player can
Yeah,
like
my
rest
little
on the center
portable,
console?
my portable
Discman?
Discman. Yeah. If I hit a bump, though, it skips.
That's right.
Yes. Yeah, radio. Why are you making fun? Come on. But I've been listening to a little Christmas music. That was my confession, and
All
you
right.
made it worse. You made it worse.
Well, what music would you be listening to as you walk up to the table?
Thanksgiving, I don't know. I like a little smooth jazz. Like, I'll probably have some of that playing anyway. I think a little bit of that would be playing, or a big Americana fan. I like stuff. You know what, Archie and I really like, my son, we love film scores. So if I had the opportunity just to play film scores, like Hans Zimmer just rolling through the background of Thanksgiving, that'd be awesome.
Robbie's going to turn on the radio. He's like, you're listening to Smooth Jazz 92.3, Columbia's Way to Swing. Let's go.
Let's do it. Yep. Very nice.
All right. Which pro golfer would you invite over for a Thanksgiving meal with your family?
I remember your answer from last year, which is a good one.
I
don't know if you would go with the same thing.
What was my answer from last year? I don't remember.
You said Tony Finau. You wanted the whole family.
The whole family. Wouldn't that be fun?
That'd be a lot of fun.
That would be fun.
What pro golfer? Let's see. I think I probably did Scotty last year. If not, maybe Max Homa. So I'll probably stick with one of those. I like those guys. I think it'd be fun to have like a Tommy Fleetwood or something. Like,
he's not American. Would he even care to celebrate?
Good say when he hears how good that smoked turkey is, I bet
if Tommy Fleetwood came over, I'd figure out how to fry a turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does Tommy know how to put out fires?
I've thought about doing it this year, but I have a lot of grass that's grown up that it would be I could burn down my woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should try it on a day that's the least amount of pressure to actually produce a fried turkey.
I'm not worried about the quality of it. I'm worried about burning stuff down.
I know, but yeah. Then you don't have to deal with.
You got to buy oil and a propane.
The fire department.
You have to buy all the things that you do it with. If I could rent that would be a business plan right there. If you could rent all the things you need for Thanksgiving.
That's called buying it from like Bojangles, buying your fried turkey.
I'm trying to think of who might be a golfer that would just be an interesting person to hang out with for a day, that if you didn't talk about golf.
Yeah.
Like just what their world looks like and who they might be. I would pick, and I'm getting Justin Rose. I was about to say, I'm going to be a terrible person. I would pick Justin Rose. If there was a person where you're just like, hey, come on over. We're going to hang out. And I think he'd be interesting. I think he'd be an interesting person to chat with and not talk about golf. And maybe he's not. Maybe he's vacuous and only talks about golf. But it seems like that might not be the case.
I bet he would have a few things to talk about.
I think so.
And he's an incredible golfer. Fun to watch. Fun to watch. All right. What are you most thankful for? Final question.
No, we missed it.
What did we miss?
You did pro golfer, or did you change that one?
Oh.
And then
no. We did miss one.
What
guest would you invite over from this past year?
Do you have one? Because this is going to take me a minute to think about.
Do I have one? No. Oh, but I can think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, just throw out a few that you might want to.
Jackson Kahn. I'm fascinated by architecture concepts.
Yeah. I was going to say Don Plasek.
Right.
Don was awesome.
Right.
And shout out to Don. He sent us some prints.
Gosh, it's literally right there. I'm waiting to frame it.
That'll be up in the background.
That would be both of those would be selfish reasons, because I'd be like, let's pretend that I want to put a golf course on my property and I need to figure out how to map out a handful of holes with taking down the least amount of trees. How could I do that?
Tom Farrell?
Yeah. Golly,
Tom's just a fascinating guy. I would love to have
many.
Gary Williams.
It goes back to the diversity. I would probably try to find someone to write. My family loves books. So if who was the historian that we interviewed?
Connor Lewis?
Yes.
Yeah.
I could listen to him talk about stories. We talk about that like, after we're done.
Get Connor and John Morton and who else? Stephen Proctor.
Yeah,
Get all three of those guys.
behind the scenes after we get off these podcasts. Sometimes we'll sit and chat before we do an introduction or something like that. And the number of times that we'll like storytellers, historians, writers, and things like that, and we're like, couldn't you just listen to that person talk about golf forever or just
Yeah.
anything? So I think I would go that route. Yeah.
That would be fun.
Yep.
Jason Yonke, man, just looking back through this list.
It's crazy.
Kyle Porter.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Like I looked through it. Yeah.
Dave Basden.
Was
Man.
the first one from the first of the year.
Dave Basden was the first one, yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, what a good list. Yeah, we'd have a big table because we have a lot of fun inviting a lot of friends over.
It's a big house.
It's a big house, lots of rooms.
All right, last question. What are you most thankful for?
Are we gonna do this related to best ball or just everything?
Just whatever.
I am thankful for, and everything's a bad answer, but everything is the answer.
Everything's the answer.
Yeah, I mean, I think through our relationship with Christ and our love of people, that has opened the door to so many things with best ball. And I went back and listened recently to, our roundtable from the end of the year last year, and I think my my 5 words or whatever that we described what we were most excited about. I was like 2025, the year of best ball or something like that.
Yeah.
It's been quite a year.
It has.
Like, is it where I want it to be? Not yet. But is it more than I ever thought it could be at this point? And the answer is yes. And I think it is going to keep getting better. So I am thankful for everything. I am thankful for the highs, the lows, and the lows are not very noticeable. It might be some personal frustration, or I try not to be envious of other people when I see their successes and things like that, because we're here to build people up and share other things. But I think I am thankful for everything because learning a ton through it and meeting incredible people along the way.
So I keep thinking back through my work career, if you will, and the jobs that I've had. And I have had, I would say, a really unique fact. And maybe I don't know, maybe other people have this thing too, but I feel like it's fairly unique. I feel like I have always been able to work with my best friends. Like I have every place that I've worked at, I can identify that person right there was my best friend. And maybe it was just like that part of life. But like I think about my very first like almost professional job working at AT&T, I'm still friends with those guys. Like I can still text Caleb. The other day I saw something. He loves to play drums. I sent him a little car cymbal so he could like smash on the cymbals with his kids.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah. And then I think through like CBE, right? The fact that we're still friends now, 16 plus years later. We just hung out with Andrew, and every time we're together, it's like we've never been apart, right? It's just like that automatic thing. And so I'm thankful that there's another chapter in my life. Again, like we did the software. So Raul and Shane, 2 of my best friends that we spent 5-6 years together in the middle of this really difficult thing. And to be able to go to work every single day with your best friend is think it's not available to everyone. I think there are a lot of folks that just go to work and they don't have that. And so to be in another chapter in my life and to be able to do it with my best friend. And I'd say like, I feel like I have a lot of best friends. Like, I know that sounds maybe weird, but like Josh is, I would consider one of my best friends. And we do football together. We spend more time and hours together than we do with our family almost through the entire year sometimes. And so I just look at this part of what's going on in my chapter of life, and to be able to do this with you is just amazing. And I'm always excited because I say this all the time. In 5 years, it will be 5 years. And I cannot wait until March of January of 2023 or March of 2023, whenever you want to say sort of best ball. I think I'd probably pick March because that's whenever the podcast like said, okay, we're going to do this. March of 2023 is when we started it, right?
Yeah, podcast, but I would say January.
Yeah. So
because we took a trip to Arizona before that.
I cannot wait to see what January of 2028 looks like, because 5 years will be 5 years. And the best part about the whole thing is that in January 2028, I'll still be doing this with you. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll be about to launch whatever season that will be.
That's right.
Yeah. I wonder how many podcasts we'll end up with, or Who knows? We might not even be doing podcasts. We might be doing something
I don't
else
know.
by then.
I don't know. But in 5 years, it will be 5 years.
It will be 5 years.
Yeah. So
and we'll be older and wiser and better at golf because of it.
maybe we will be older. I'll give you older.
One of the three. You get to pick one of the three, and one's a guarantee. Man, well, Jonathan, this is fun as always. Yeah, go check out any of the people that we're working with, sponsors. Listen to a lot of the podcast. Again, you'll hear our voices a little bit, and hopefully you will hear voices of our guests, our incredible guests, and a lot of now friends on those things. And we want to help share the good news that's happening in golf. And the Whole Story podcast is just one of those ways to do it. So, Jonathan, any final thoughts?
I'll tell you what, go to bestball.com. Please listen to the Whole Story podcast. We couldn't be here without you listening, but make sure you take some time and listen to the other folks too. They're doing incredible work. Again, I couldn't be more excited to have the group of guys that are in the middle of it. If you think you have a voice, a perspective, a concept, an idea about golf that maybe is missing, and maybe we've missed it, let us know. info@bestball.com. We'd love to hear about what your perspective on golf is, and maybe have a conversation about how we can help you share that voice across the world, even in Hong Kong.
Even in Hong Kong. That is true. Yeah. info@bestball.com. We would love whatever platform you're listening to this, whether it's YouTube or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or whatever, to like it, to subscribe to it, follow it, whatever that platform says to do. Leave us a review and give us a good rating on there, because that will help get this out in front of more people, and so we can keep doing it. So maybe we'll be one of those stories, Jonathan, in a couple of years where there's the Golf Channel is calling hey, we want to put you guys on TV. Are you guys good with a 10 a.m. time slot? I'm just thinking maybe we'll be needing to learn Chinese, so we go to Hong Kong. We'll have to convince our families that we're moving to Hong Kong. AI is good enough. They can teach us or make it sound like we know what we're talking about. Hong Kong. I never even thought about it. I don't know if I've ever wanted to live in Hong Kong. Hey, listen, if you're in Hong Kong right now and you're listening to this, we'd love to know who you are. Please let us know. Please let us know. Or those 5 downloads in Australia that want to come to Thanksgiving with us. Melbourne, Third Wave Barbecue. If you know a guy, let me know. We'll find a place. Let's do it. We'll get on a boat. Get on a boat. Cool. I'm sorry, Australia. I didn't mean to say 92 downloads. That was 5 just on the last 5 episodes. We've got a faithful listener in Australia. If that is you, then we want to come play some golf with you and hang out. That's right. Third Wave Barbecue. Third Wave Barbecue. So, and if you need anything from Georgia or South Carolina, we can bring that. All right. Well, Jonathan, it's been fun. Yep. Thank you again for everything. And thank you guys for listening to another episode of the Whole Story Podcast.